Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Good morning, everybody. Cowboy here, and it is 8:32 a.m. EST. We're actually not looking at any screen right now. Let's share the screen and get some charts going. The NASDAQ just won't quit. And we did tell you that was probably going to be the case, right? So let's go over to that really quick and take a look at the chart. And on here, you can see the actual setups that I drew out, right? And for some reason, they don't show up on the 3-hour chart. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those in manually. It's just trading view for some reason. Sometimes it doesn't share all the drawings on all of the time frames. Not sure what that's about, but the easy fix is to go ahead and just draw those in anyway. Give me just a moment. But yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty well here considering. Let's see here. Yeah, see, I don't know why. Okay, here we are. At least the lines are there. So we can have our newer long right there with the tighter stop. And yeah, just plowing up. And that's what I told everybody it was going to do. You know what I mean? That's just what is going on. The NASDAQ is strong. Yep. And this was that 10-to-1. Yep. And that was our more risky look right there because we did have that possible move down to grab that gap that did occur. And then we have also our more conservative entry position that's more of like a 4 or 5-to-1 with the stop loss below that gap. Let's see if these are appropriate. Let's go back here and trade at 29.8 and 29.7. Let's make sure I'm drawing these properly before I show off this much. 29.8 and 29. So yeah, that is correct. Okay, so I have drawn these properly. We can actually see these now on a proper time frame, right? So is that right? Can that be right? When I have it going down through the stop as my prediction? Let's see here. Yeah, see. That's not right. Something funky going on here, folks. I think I got an extra trade up in here somewhere. See that's right. Stop at 29.3 and a stop at 29.7. I hate when trading view acts like this. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, this is correct. This drawing must I don't know, man. This drawing's not really jiving here, but either way, there you go. First trade is sitting at okay, so this trade's not even on. It didn't even grab this trade. Yeah, okay, that was correct. That was all correct. All right, good. So the actual trade that does, that is in play is right here. And it looks beautiful. Price simply didn't go down through the gap to grab the second trade, and that's fine. That means this first trade's paying off already at a 2-to-1. So beautiful. Sorry for the slow start this morning. But I had a little issue there. A little trading view giving us a little problem. So NASDAQ blowing up, just doing, I mean, in a good way, expanding, not blowing up like, not exploding, which is doing really well. I think I might enter a euro trade. This one was kind of futzing around all night long and finally just started to pop up this morning, probably on news. Let's take a quick look at news and see what happened. Monday, Tuesday, and nothing in the morning, no news. But yeah, I don't see any news on here. So let's go ahead and correct this. Oh, that's the 12th. It was last week. Today is the 27th. Yeah, no news to speak of here. So must have been some either just a natural pop-up in the price, which can happen after a consolidation like this. Now, interesting thing on the euro is that we're looking at this resistance right here, right? This pop-up happened only in the last like 15 minutes, this candle right here. We're looking at the 3-hour chart, but if I were to zoom in, you would see that there's not, you know, this only just happened. So I did call this move up properly, although it dipped down. I had a long an idea to go long here, and it was invalidated because it just dipped a little bit too low. What it did was it went ahead and it covered this gap. So it did fill that gap. That's why we got that dip down there prior to this move up. But I would be interested once this candle closes above this line, and I would go long on this euro. And I would do so probably. I'd probably keep an eye on it on the. We'll do the 5-minute chart. See if we get a close above this level right here. As I get a close above that level, I will consider a long. Now, what would that long look like? Let's go back to higher time frame so we can design this trade. I think be okay to get out below here. So this is on the 3-hour, right? Now I'd have to figure out how to do a stop loss at the time, but this would happen on a lower time frame. So let's go back down to say the 30-minute time frame. Price pops up right here. Gives us maybe a pullback, even if it's on the 5-minute. And the trade looks something like this. Something like that. It does want to go up. I can tell you that. If I look at the stack here, it's got some juice. It does. But we are in, kind of a funky scenario when it comes to the that resistance on the way up. We got that structure. Then we have to make sure that we don't trade against that. Price may reject, even though it wants to go up, it may reject at that structure. So we just got to watch out. 'Tis what it is, my friend. All right. Oh, you're not even looking. Shit. Sorry, guys. Let's re-say all those things. Apologies. A little rough start today, too. At least today I was on time. Yesterday I was late. But today, not so much. I wasn't late, just experiencing technical difficulties. Thank you in my in the group there for telling me what to do. But yeah, so here's that resistance, right? If you zoom out, you see the price is coming up against that level from 18 May. So I'm not gonna go long before price goes above that. I'm gonna wait for price to go above, nice and patient. And when it does, which could happen way sooner than what I drew, I'll probably look down at the 5-minute for some kind of a pullback and then go long. I'll be looking at something like this. So more than likely, we'll see. It could happen in this time frame. That's just later today. That's in like in 2 hours. And I have an alarm set for the 5 minutes to close in. It does look like it's going to do it for now. It looks like it's going to grind up and do that. So it's a realistic trade. USD CAD was playing out nicely as to the plan that I had for both last week's higher time frame trade. Let me zoom out so you can see it. See, there we are. And then there were some gains made here, but it looks like it's going to pull back and grab liquidity from this consolidation that it's built. So it's probably going to bounce and go up here. Actually, it may be at a nice entry for that smaller trade. But the market moved a little unexpectedly. I think there must have been some kind of news. Let's look at the NASDAQ. So far, it hasn't pulled back yet, but I have delayed data here. So we'll have to, let's look at, see if I can get non-delayed. That's the US 100. I want futures. E-mini. There's the micro. Still delayed. Yeah, futures is always going to be delayed data. So we'll have to just wait on that. I mean, I could look on my other. Let me look here. US Tech. No major move on that on the futures that I can see. So no major pullback on that. All right, well, that's fine. Bitcoin had a funky move. There must have been some kind of news to act like this. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe it's just pulling back. Maybe it's going to get a nice entry here. Let's look at the stack. Yeah, actually, this is a natural pullback. The way I think the USD CAD is going to play out is quite possibly just what I said. It'll calm down in this area. Might even dip a little bit in and then maybe up after that. So it might not even get that low. So this is just it looks to me like a breakout and pull back to the consolidation and then move up. So yesterday's play might be like another chance to get in right now. See about it. But that's it for the free live lab. Okay. This is it for the everybody on YouTube gets to see what I do live lab. And you did get to see a couple trades on there today. Now that waiting for entries on them, but those are some good trade setups. We got a fair amount more. We are waiting for the JPY pairs to calm down, right? So basically, you have the Bank of Japan that is still intervening in their currencies. So hard to trade those if you don't know when they're going to nuke it. But it's been pretty calm. Yeah, I mean, this is low time frame stuff. So no major nukes. Maybe we're starting to see one right now. But the last even mini nukes happened last Tuesday at 8 a.m. EST. Last Wednesday at 10 a.m. EST. Last Thursday at about maybe noon, 1 p.m. EST. And I don't even know for sure that those are nukes. Meaning when I say nukes, I mean that they're crushing their US, they're holding their currency up and crushing the US down against their own currency. Now the major moves, these are minor, but it does make this hard to trade. Makes it very unpredictable. So I've just been staying away from it. Now you can scalp out some money once you start to see a trend. But if it's in the chop and you see these crazy wicks down, then what are you going to do with that? Not a whole lot. Now this does appear to be some more natural price action, and I could tell you like USDJPY can't even talk today. USDJPY wants to head up, but once it gets up to like 160, the Bank of Japan does not allow it to stay above that for too long. Not historically, right? The last time it did that, we had that bad boy happen. They sold off their dollars and then they bought a bunch of JPY, and that caused that move. And then they did it again and again and again. So they're really protecting their currency right there. There's another one, and there's a bunch of little ones in here too. There, here. So even though it's not as recognizable as you might think, they're still doing it, and it makes it a very dangerous thing to trade. All right, so all the JPY pairs are off right now. This is why the Monday, the Monday video I do, the weekly forecast, doesn't have any JPY pairs. Okay, thank you all for watching. We are going to head into the private live lab. Free algo in the description. Check it out. You have to optimize it before you use it, but you get to see how I build it. And if you want to build the agentic trading bot, if you want to use AI in your trading, the algorithm is the heart and soul of that. You need an algo to do that, just so you understand. If you want to build something that's going to trade for you, the algo is the heart and soul. It's the engine. If you want to learn how to do that, optimize it, implement it, that video is going to give you an idea. It's going to show you how I build it. I'm going to show you how I turn it into code using Grok AI. And then it's going to show you the tools that traders use to connect that to their broker, so it can trade for them while they're sleeping or playing golf or whatever it is. And it's a cool video. It's free. Check it out. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. EST. And apologize for the charting difficulties there. Things happen. We love you. And do not forget.
Join us or die.
Just kidding. You're not going to.